Welcome to the Wheel Watch channel. I am Shat, and we are back. That's right. Season 4, episode 1. It's been a long journey. I told y'all we was gonna give y'all that raw, clear, dope content. That's right. We back. We back in the game. It's been a lot of ups and downs. A lot of people been asking me when we're gonna get started, and the producers just picked the right time. So without further ado, y'all know, drop that beat. All right. Welcome back to the Wheel Watch channel. One half of the team, Shat. We got a very, very special guest in the building. Before I introduce this guest, I just must say that this is the first time that I'm honored. I'm truly honored and humbled because this is my first time actually meeting this guest. We actually, as a mutual friend, actually say, hey, yo, man, this is a hip hop artist. I think he'll be good on your podcast. Man, hit him up. And I hit him up, and he was already ready to on set, ready to go. And so, what other way to do it? Because this is season 4, episode 1. So, without further ado, my brother, what's up, Signature? How you doing? Welcome to the Wheel
Yo,
Watch
yo,
channel.
yo. Thank you for having me, man. I feel very blessed to be here, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh, oh man, we more privileged and honored to have you on the show. So when you talk about a signature, man, let's just get right back into it, man. Like,
Bad.
take us from the beginning, bro. You from Savannah, right?
I was
Savannah,
raised
Georgia.
here. I was raised here. You might well say I'm from here completely. I wasn't born here though. My parents were military, so I've been here since like '94.
Okay, okay. So you've
Yeah,
been
like
in Savannah since '94. So what you South Side? You grew
South
up on the
Side. I'm
South
from the
Side?
South. Yeah, I'm from the South Side. Straight
Okay,
up,
okay,
Montgomery Crossroads area, Hunters Chase, Lee's Gate, Colonial Village area,
okay.
Crossroad Villa.
Okay. Now I heard that now my producers tell me that you are real big as you real good with the hip hop game, man, in the hip hop game, man. So I want to just like let's just go from the beginning, man. Like what
Yeah.
made you get into hip hop, man? Like, did like what how did that originally start? Did you grow up watching videos? 'Cause I know for me, I
Uh
grew up
huh.
when the time when the 106 and Park, and
Yes.
when there was in the basement, they rapping in the
Uh-huh.
Big Tigger was rapping in the basement. So how did you get into hip hop?
For me, it was very random. I remember like, being a kid, like, in the super young ages, like maybe 5, 6, 7, like my first memories, like, dancing to the MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice and all the stuff before I had, because that was way before I could choose what I was listening to. But I just remember liking that. But then, when we got to Savannah, I was like maybe 6 or 7, and I remember like hearing like Snoop, like the gin and juice or came out or something like that. That was like one of the first things I was saying. It was like, oh, what is this? But then like just throughout the years, it just was a natural love. You get what I'm saying? Because my parents was listening to R&B and hip hop. So, and the station wasn't getting changed off the R&B. So, I really wanted to sing, but I have no singing abilities. So I want to actually, that's one of the further things I want to get into is songwriting. But like, but yeah, so it just developed over time. It was just hugging, like, loving music, loving music, loving music. Then around 5th grade, I remember one time, like, reflecting when we were in the gym rapping More Money, More Problems, and everybody stopped, but I'm still going. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? I'm like,
right.
and then, like, it happened again in 8th grade. We're sitting there rapping Camouflage Cut Friends, and everybody in the class stopped. You get what I'm saying? But I'm still, I know the hook, I know the ad libs, I know it all cover to cover, yo.
Okay,
So it just
okay.
so I think so also, and then physically rapping though, it was just it spawned because of synergy. Like I'm a very big on synergy. So my literally we were playing like quarterback club like 98 or something on Nintendo 64. And my best friend like pauses the game and just literally looks over at me and is like, "Hey man, I want to rap." And he's like, "I
Mm.
know you can rap because you love music so much." He's like, so it just was it just was on since then.
Okay, so when you talk about like that time and that time when you were listening to rap going back in fifth grade and those memorable moments, like what's your top five artists of all time, man? Like who you think
I
like the
man,
when you talk
I'm
about it
a
from a hip hop standpoint,
I
not,
got
not
to. I got
lyrical, not lyrical, straight bar after bar, top five. Who your top five?
being a student of the game, I don't really cling too hard to favorites, yo. Like to because I know that there's some records from everybody that I'm not gonna want to hear, you know. But outside of that, like for the pressure and for the moment of doing it, you know, it's random every time. But like when it comes to top five, it's gonna be like UGK,
Mm.
because I don't separate groups. I don't like doing that to bicker and so it'll be like UGK. Um, Pastor Troy had a lot of influence on my youth coming up, like that
Yeah.
music he was making. Um, Black Thought, because you know of him just being a
Mm.
monster with the pen. Period. Like just like how nasty he is. Um, uh, to be current, like to be current, I have to like give Lil Wayne his credit because Mixtape Wayne, when I figured out Mixtape Wayne, man, that messed me up deeply, yo. Like that
Okay.
lyricism from the Mixtape Wayne, man.
Okay.
And then you
Okay.
got all right, so that's four. That's four. And sticking classically, like I really respect Gangstar. Just
Okay.
be just so wait, but see, but an honorable mention of who I like listen to though. Like if I'm just going into me, like outside of the game, respecting the game, like what I listen to, one of them just going old school would be Pun, yo. Pun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I ain't gonna.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna count, man. Pastor Troy, man, is definitely somebody, man, that I grew up off of, man. But
Get it to
that's
my youth, man. He did, man. My youth was Pastor Troy, for real. Like past like Georgia music, and it was because of like lack of resources. But yeah, I was being entrenched heavy on the Georgia music. Field Mob, Pastor Troy,
Mhm.
Ti,
Right,
Camouflage. You
right,
know, anything I could
right,
get my hands on.
right. So yeah, man. Hey, that's that down south music. So I want to talk about, man. So let's get back into the whole hip hop thing, like far as like the upbringing. So like we see rap today, right? And we know
Yeah.
that rap is very important. We see that a lot of rappers that's an industry that's very corrupt. You got to be careful. You gotta it talks about a lot of contracts. You get into labels, you get into the lawyers, you get into everybody that's you really got to be careful. So nowadays, people are getting into independent. You know, a lot of people. Gucci Man once said this before. He said, "I got more money than the label. I don't. I got more money than the label. What I need a label for?" You know. So
Oh no.
I want to talk about you and how do you view rap? I see you got on you say I see you got on a shirt that says what's your signature? So since we're talking
Yeah.
about signatures, since we're talking about signing with different labels and if you just independent, if you're going to be an independent artist, what is your signature to the game?
Well, to address that, like there's like see, do hold up. First direct answer your question. Excuse me. My signature to the game is standing on authentic Southern hip hop. I make sure to provide lyricism with flow because I feel like for me, that's what I feel like depicts like a Southern artist is flow. We cater more to flow with a strong beat as in like and that's gonna flip when you go from area to area with that, how that goes. But from my aspect of coming from where I'm at in the map, like it was a lot of flow, and I chose lyricism over everything because of just loving the game, you know.
Mhm.
And then
And
so, what's your signature? The statement, "What's your signature?" That developed because when I changed my name again to signature, because I've had a bunch of names before. Um, I wanted to come up with something to, like I said, synergy again, to help inspire others, because I'm big, my name signature, but outside of that, so to help inspire others to, come up with theirs and help define what they do and things of that nature.
okay, okay. So with the signature being the case, we know that a lot of signatures is required to get a lot of things sealed and a lot of things
Exactly.
finalized. So with that being the case, do you work for your last name or do you work for your first name when it come down to the hip hop game?
Always last name. Legacy means it all. Like, I'm here for the
Mm.
long run. And granted, to be honest, I haven't like, gave hip hop or rap an honest push. And because especially now that I'm doing a lot of learning about what it means to be in the industry and like what the industry actually is. It's like for years I wasn't, yeah, no, I can't say like, yeah, I can't say anything about what I've done and none of that. But now
Mhm.
though, I've changed that. And this last year I've changed a lot of that, all my stats and all that type stuff. But I just get back to the main point of like, because the game is a lot deeper than like DMX said that as the DMX quote, the game is a lot deeper than you think you know. So if you think you know, then I don't think you know.
Mm.
Because we're
Wow.
also
So do you rap? I mean, you
oh
rap? You can get into that? Like, can you rap real good?
man, come on now. I'm a lyricist, yo. Like I'm a physical lyricist, yo. Like outside of like just loving I like because yeah, I'm a hip hop head. I'm sorry, I'm a hip hop head. So
Okay.
I like, I so with that being said, hold up. With that being said, is like let me explain what that means to me. So, like, I study graffiti when I see it, and I take pictures of it. I used to post it on my Instagram heavy because I would be, walking through the city, and that would be one of my points. When I go for my daily walks, is to find as much and as I can to post it and stuff like that because graffiti means something to me. Then you got, DJing. Like, if I would have had decks as a kid, I would be a DJ now. But like life and its concerns and my misleading myself of the information and things of that nature. I haven't, now I have minimal capabilities of touching decks and such, and I own, a controller, but I haven't been down that road so far yet. But I can, so I praise DJs. If you look at my YouTube page, I go and I, get, record DJ sets because I love that aspect. I'm not big
Mhm.
on the aspect, so to speak, of like being so concerned about materials, but I understand how fashion, we speak through fashion about how what you wear, can show so much from your mental state to just a big, huge idea. Even like what I did with this, the what's your signature is to inspire others while also pushing
Mhm.
my name and my brand. But
Mm.
the image is one, to connect with people of our generation because me being 36, even though this is a couple years old, I know the wrestling, not wrestling, wrestling touched a lot of folks. You get what I'm saying? In a lot of
Come
different
on now.
ways,
Right.
especially of our generation. So I, it's and then you got the music, art, the talk, because see, I fell in love with raps and lyrics because of when I found out that words mean so much, but absolutely so little. Because
Mm.
because like, for instance, in Philly they say John, and and down here we say jive. You get what I'm saying? But in
Right.
Philly they say, and like in like New York they say like uh joint or something like that. So it's like everybody has their own variation of it, but it means something different everywhere. Like, but it's still so close. It's like so. But I love that fact. You know what I mean? How slang can be used, especially slang, because that's what I feel like is one of parts of my style. Is when I use a word properly, as in compared to using it, and cutting up with slang or how making it rhyme or fitting. Because even like Lauren Hill said, I put a motherfucker in there so the ignorant will hear me. You know.
Mm. Mm. Man. Wow. Wow. Talk that talk, signature. Talk that talk, man. Talk that talk. So what how are you inspiring the youth that want to be because we know that everybody in Savannah want to be that American dream, right? They want to be the basketball player, they want to be the football player, they want to be a rapper, right? So how
Yep.
are you inspiring them based upon the signature? How are you inspiring them to be careful in the game? Because we know that a lot of people are getting cheated out of their contract. We know that NBA players, NFL
Yep.
players, we even see that people there are not a lot of whole lot of young adults out there,
Nope.
and well, because you want to own your own masters. Everybody want to own their own masters, but how are you encouraging these younger ones who want to be a rapper?
For
What
me,
game are you
it's
giving them?
that's a double-edged sword. Like everything else is in the world for me, but that one is a deep point for me. I can't take no responsibility. Like I'm out here overly fighting the good fight to connect with the youth, and like I have any like front line um reference points to say that I'm doing this and that. But my thing that I do is I do take it seriously to any time I'm around any artist. Like if I'm in an environment and I meet younger artists or I get the wind of young artists actually doing anything in my city, I take the time to make sure to put on for them, to give them constructive criticism. So if I see them doing something, I try my best to tell them and let them know because sword sharpens sword, as iron sharpens
Mm,
iron, because, you know, coming from Savannah, we have no rap industry here. Like the P powers that be have made sure to keep rap out of the city, along with that false violent image. Like a lot of the people down here, we fall victim to thinking you got to be tough or you got to play that street angle, and but
mm.
so that's like got a real chokehold on the city still down here. So that's one angle, like um I convey through my music. Like I don't play none of that stuff in my music, like, acting like I'm
Mm.
tough or this, that, and the third. I think I might have said, you know what I mean? I'll defend myself or I'll do what I gotta do, but I try my best, like especially now, like in the last year and some change to make sure like I don't let nothing like that get out of the yo
Uh,
because I
mm,
don't want to, like when I want to portray the image of positivity. So
mm, mm,
that's like so yeah, so I'm in. So that's my next. So I said like that's one of the next steps to make sure I get my hands, like in a positive way to get to the youth and talk and like make sure to spread those messages to the kids or just anybody. Well, because I take that as anybody younger than me in the game. I take it seriously to show them respect because even
right.
like I heard somebody say that recently. If you're a real OG, they gonna run the game to you, not run game on you.
Mm,
And I don't have to
mm.
step on nobody to get nowhere, yo.
Mm, You better come on, signature. And speaking of that, man, that's why I kind of like J. Cole, man, because J. Cole he kind of puts you in that mind of that. Like he just naturally authentically flow. Because if you look at rap today, you got rappers like Lil Durk, all these rappers, right? So all these rappers that talking about they tough. Like you said, they they
See,
they
but all that
speaking
shit
about
hasn't.
things. They speaking about things like, oh,
Mhm.
you broke, you ain't got no money. I got money. I got this. Matter of fact, it's crazy we say that because I was in South Carolina last week, and I
Yep.
stopped there and I went and got my hair cut and whatever like that. Went up to one of my OG barbers that I normally go up to, and they was actually filming a local rapper was filming a video inside the barbershop. Now, being negative, having a whole lot of I do this, I do that, got all these guns in the barbershop, reached in his pocket, gave the barber $300. like he's stunting. Then when the video camera went off, the barber gave him back the $300, right? And he gave him $20, I meant $25 for a haircut. So it just lets you know the flexibility that these rappers put on. So that brings me to my next question. How do you combat the negative image of a rap lifestyle? Like how do you combat the
See, there's
negative
level.
image of a rap lifestyle?
Let me address that in from all angles. So this might get a little deep. So the first thing is we got to understand the difference between actual rap music and the commercialized music that is pushed upon us. See, the
Mm,
problem these days is people don't understand, like, since the power is so far into the consumer's hands, you have to
mm,
purposely go out and seek and find the music that you want to listen to because the purposeful program should be overly evident to anybody who's paying attention because
mm,
like if we were to sit here and we were to do a poll, you got a lot of folks who are going to say, I don't listen to this and I don't listen to that and I don't listen, but when we cut on the radio, what's there? So, and I don't know about the Macon or Atlanta markets, but the Savannah radio market is extremely horrible to where, all we're getting is what they give and that's it. No
mhm,
people's programming at all. So, um with that, then you got to go back to nature nurture. The nurture side of it, you have the households. When you come from a song household, like, like I listen to everything from Freddie Gibbs to Benny the Butcher to, like I said, Big Pun to whatever may come across. But I said it to say, like, I know because I was armored in enough that way. Like I listen to it and be thankful. Like, okay, I'm glad that that ain't my life because I didn't have to make that choice. While if a lot of these youths are coming from households where they have no proper influencing, so therefore they're a sponge with nothing but oil to soak up. You get what I'm saying? So they're stained and they're hurt and they gotta heal and it's a lot. So then but to answer how I do it is I show like from my city, I just keep the proof in the pudding. You get what I'm saying? I walk in all
mhm,
these spots and I'm accepted by all these people because I'm signature. You get what I'm saying? I don't I purposely like what I said in the example, like I know like on the graffiti on the wall mixtape me and Super Twan put out. I know I said on like one song about like I think one of the lyrics was like I'll bounce off glass and bust your ass or something like that. But we were talking on one of the songs Triple S. We freestyled it, came off the dome and recorded it. And in my
mhm,
freestyle, I said like it came on real, real smooth and beautiful. It was like, oh, on this track is three S's, but off the dome right now, you ain't getting three guesses. And it was like something like
mhm,
and I said something along the lines of like, you got 15 seconds or something like that, and it's your death or something like that. And I stopped, wrote down the raw parts of the freestyle, and redid the whole thing because I refused to like at that point do that because uh it's like you asked me from the beginning, am I doing it for my first name or my last name? One of the things that I've been pushing and I'm dropping is Davis Rain. When my nieces get old enough to consume my music, or they around their father and they consume my music, they hear me talk about being thankful for my family. They hear me
mm,
talking about missing their grandma. You know what I mean? They hear me talk about trying my best for my people. So I said it to say like, you have to be it. I can't be concerned with the foolishness and the non-believers. I have to be concerned with the righteousness of the message and like stay focused on the goals because the goal is the point, not the negative feelings, not the emotions. Because
mm,
because like if you're not going through nothing, you're not doing nothing.
mm.
I had to remind my like, even a homie said it, man. I gotta stop asking why they hate because that's their job. How am I supposed to see all these evens without no odds?
Mm. Mm. Man, you know what? Hey, listen, signature man. Like, man, I was gonna drop the mic on that. I actually got a quote out there. Speaking of that, I got a quote out there. In life, it's a struggle to defeat the odds, but it's a process to seek the evens. So just by you saying that, think about it. Odds, it's a struggle to defeat the odds, but it's a process to seek the evens. So we got to continue to trust the
Let me break.
process
I
instead of
gotta
rushing the process. Go ahead, bro.
let me drop a load on you. This is something I've been told myself. I said, the universe works in two ways because it's like this. The negativity is going to be out there in surplus. It's at your bedside, it's on the phone, it's on your
Hmm.
TV, it's outside, it's waiting at your doorstep, yo. It's
Mm,
literally like everywhere. It's in the sky. So I said it
hmm.
to say, but the positivity is there and it's just as much positivity. But the thing is, you got to work for it. You got to create it. You got to believe in it. You got to smell it. You got to, because also the universe knows us. We people, whether you
Hmm.
call it God, what you call it, the universe knows you. And
Hmm.
the God, so God gonna say, okay, I'm gonna sprinkle this little funny negativity all over you, and it's gonna see what you do because a lot of us forget we're responsible for our reactions, and that's as far as it goes. So if you sit there and your first every time you get tested, you react negativity, and it's always so big. How you gonna reach your goals, yo? How you going such and such
Hmm.
and such? So that's one of the biggest things I had to do to really armor myself amongst all this is like, and to keep reminding myself that to take it back to rap. That's a purposeful commercialization and capitalization being done on the music. We want cookie cutter. We want A, B, C, and D, so we can keep pushing A, B, C, and D. So therefore, with me being knowledge, just having enough knowledge and armor to understand that, oh, but I know I make music and I'm making such and such music. So
Mm,
there's a millions and millions of me out there. So let me go find them. Let me make sure to put on for them and push that. And
mm.
keep harnessing that because you have to create your positivity. You have to develop it. You have to keep pushing it. You have to hold it,
Facts,
mold it. You know what I mean? Speak
facts,
it, breathe it.
facts,
You know what I mean?
facts. So, man, wow. Producers, man, like this is what I'm talking about. So, what do you think? What do you think is holding you back from getting started globally right now? Like, why?
Oh my! Well, it was only
What's
myself.
holding you back?
It was only
Mhm.
myself. I didn't understand. Wasn't seeking knowledge. I was doing a lot of showing up and talking, but I didn't understand what it meant to do 10,000 hours. I didn't have no clue about
Mm,
real knowledge of understanding what the industry was. I wasn't taking myself seriously enough to do anything. Once again,
mm,
that was a slight quote from Big Crit where he was talking about, and he was just said it in one of his lines. He was like, you was too busy trying to convert the non-believer, not
mm.
doing what you were supposed to do. And you sitting there, hey, I know you don't believe, and I know you keep giving me your butt to kiss, but listen to my music. I rap. I make music.
Right,
So I
right,
said,
right, right.
so like now though, when I see that I put time, I put money, I put effort, every day I shed all the vanity of purposely listening and feeling a certain type of way to know that I want this push more. So therefore, I'm gonna put it in your face, regardless of telling myself I'm doing this or doing no, no, no. They
Mm.
don't. I know I told them and I tagged them, but I'm telling them again. I'm sending you this text message
Wow.
with my music. I'm
Right.
grabbing, I'm telling you to subscribe to my YouTube page, and somebody told me I had to physically get their phones and do it. And that's the only way I reached my goal. Because I had
Right,
to
right,
people's phones, even though they
right.
were my loved ones and they say they listen to my music and they in my face every day. I had to get the phone, pick it up, hit the button, and then hand it back to them.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm
But if
talking
it
about.
but it never nothing shook because I didn't take it seriously. So it's only me. It's only me. And it's always
That's
been.
it. That's it.
That's all it
Actually,
ever been.
yeah, I actually read something, man. It's wild, wild, oh wild, man. You owe you. You know, you
And
owe
oh,
you, man.
also
Eric Thomas. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh my bad. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Please finish that. It sounded like you was about to snap, and we need that.
Nah, nah, nah. I was just gonna say Eric Thomas once said, man, you YOY, man. He broke that down, man. But I was just gonna ask, man, 'cause I know we crafting for time. Is there a difference? Do you think there's a difference between a rapper, a lyricist, and a poet? Or do you think it's all
Oh,
poetry?
well, no, well, it's all a form of poetry, but yes, a poet is 1,000% different because a poet, isn't going to be focused. Well, they're going to flow, executing it over the pocket and all that is not that's not of their concern at all. And when it comes to an artist, that term can be applied in many ways, but a lyricist is like a lot of their focal points are lyrics because you got
Mm,
some artists who put lyrics over everything. They don't care how it sound really. It just, the lyrics were there. Then you got some folks who are gonna make sure that like an artist might be the flow is there and it's really great over the see, hold up, there's levels to that. I'm sorry. The flow is there, the topic matches really great with the feeling of the beat, and then the way their voice sounds over the beat is like extremely greatly matched and things of that nature. That's what, like, an artist in my mind depicts a knack for quality as a whole. A lyricist is going to go after the quality of lyrics over everything, while a poet is, free form to write. However, just it's all about the writing of expression. Yeah, their
mm,
focus is the point. There you go.
So we're gonna get into so the producers have asked that I ask you the three likes over not like. And basically you'll get just I'm gonna call out some rappers and you just tell me either or, all right?
Bet.
So Jeezy or Gucci?
Oh shit, you kicked me in my nuts. Um, cause man, like
I
no
mean,
offense to
hey,
nobody.
you you got you got
I
to
had to go.
you
Hold
got to
on.
pick one. You got
Wait,
to pick one, man.
I'm
That's what the
gonna I'm
producers
gonna
are.
pick one, but I had to go back and give them their props because when they hit, like back then, I was cutthroat for lyrics, so it was like I wasn't. But I can say that I have more Jeezy hits now that I can recite more than Gucci. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll give it to Jeezy. I'll give it to Jeezy.
Okay.
Although I
Okay.
do feel Gucci. Well, no, no, no. Hold up. No, I gotta give it to Gucci because on just that trail nigga shit. Like I can't stand with that shit that happened with Jeezy and stuff. So just like,
I
yeah,
think I think what
childish. I
you
guess
just
I'm petty.
said. I think what you just said was a good answer, a good way of changing that. Because I'm with Goo Wop. I'm with Goo Wop. I like Jeezy, but I'm with Goo Wop just because
Oh,
of
but I
what
mean,
Goo Wop doing.
like if we
Uh,
play the music
T.
now, Jeezy's music is gonna win all day because
Absolutely, absolutely,
his
absolutely.
production,
T.
his production is
Right. Ti or Lil Wayne.
um as a standalone, just like with the body of work, you got to give it to Wayne. Body of work because T.I.'s commercialism is what like kills some of his star power. Like I was having that discussion with people. He has way more commercial records than he has like powerful records, like with the
Mhm,
lyricism and bars. Once you get deeper into his catalog from the beginning of it.
mhm. Okay, two more. The Game or 50 Cent?
Oh Lord, whew, oh, this is hard.
It's taking you that long to answer that?
Cause I don't listen to neither one of them like that. No offense to neither one of them. I'm not trying to
Okay.
dog neither one of
I
them,
don't know
but
why the
ooh,
producers
I,
picked them,
I
man.
would have to say I could say uh this is harsh. Maybe the game because I listen to 300 bars more than I listen to anything from 50 Cent. And
Okay,
also the
okay,
song Room in Here with Anderson Paak. Yeah, it doesn't, yeah. So
okay, okay. Now the last question. Now you just got to pick one on here. It's either side, man. You got to pick one, man. Just only one. You can't say both. Biggie or Tupac?
um I'm a bigger Pac fan.
Okay.
Bigger Pac fan. Not dogging. Hold up now, because see, like I love the way people like the way the legends explain this one out when they always talk about it. The
Okay.
difference is extreme there, but just from my reference point, I was way bigger a Pac fan in my early days. You know, because I'm an emotional ass nigga too.
Now, speeding for time. How do you feel about ghostwriters?
It's a necessary thing. It's gonna be there for forever in 3 days. I don't necessarily I don't speak negativity on it no more because I understand what it is. And
Mhm,
like I wouldn't mind being part of a writing team myself. But
mhm,
but yeah, I don't back it. I don't vouch for it. You can't get like top rapper quality because you're not the one writing. You know what I mean? You're a
mhm,
performer at that point. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Do what you do. You get what I'm saying? Not saying wrong or negative things about it. I'm saying me as the lyricist, that's something I cherish is like my ability to write and my ability to spit it.
mhm. That's it. That's it. Um, we coming to the end. If you can go back and talk to that younger signature who was in the 5th grade, and you ask his signature, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mhm.
And thinking about what you're learning today and all the knowledge you just gave right here on WeOY podcast, because that's what we do right here on WeOY. We give people the opportunity to speak clearly how they
Thank you
want to
for it.
speak.
Big thank you for it.
So, what would you tell that young? Would you still have the same mindset as being a rapper still to this day?
I would just tell him to learn self confidence, to make sure to not be so burdened by um no, and also to go seek help, to go
Mm,
get help, go seek help because um that was my cross. Those were the things that led me down the wrong paths. Like not having help, not knowing I needed help, and not having self confidence to be alone because also I had nowhere to be alone at. That was healthy. You get what I'm trying to say?
right,
So
right.
yeah, I would just try to help that younger me, find some healthy adults to help myself and, believe in ourselves, get that self confidence, in a healthy manner as a kid. So that way I could have become a sturdy teenager and better adult.
Mm. Man, well, we appreciate you coming on Wheel Y, dropping them bars, dropping them gems, dropping them quotes. Man, you took me for a loop when you was doing those rhymes, man.
And thank you for the
So,
opportunity, man. I like especially love the logo and like it's even the name because I am because we are. We gotta keep believing in
mm,
the synergy and the building up of us, man. Thank you for real.
no, no, no. Thank you for coming with a standout a standout name signature. I think a lot of people need to start taking their signature more seriously. You still got people that's just printing, but they're not even signing, right? So if we
It's
focus on signing instead of printing, because the dollars are printing, right? But we can't keep up with it with our signature. So hopefully you can come back on the show and drop some gems and just do a whole rap a whole 30-minute rap, all lyricists, nonstop. You can take a break and we can even do a verses because I can rap too now. I can rap too. The
uh-oh.
producers ain't told you that now, but I ain't gonna do
Uh-oh.
that because I got fans out there and I don't want to hurt my fans, man. Because I'm an entrepreneur, man. I do it all. I do it all, man. But thank you for coming. Do you got any final remarks that you like to say? And where can the people follow you at, man? You got a social
Got you.
media, man?
So okay, signature FKA solo on Facebook, 912 S signature on Instagram. So it's 912's signature. Signature on YouTube. Signature on all your streaming apps. My music is available wherever you listen and however you listen to music. If you want to pull up and see me face to face, we're out every Wednesday at Bay Street Blues in Savannah, Georgia. Every
Okay.
single Wednesday, 9 to 11. And final remarks. If I could give a final remark, for what I'm going through personally right now, to be extremely personal with the world, with you, with the just, and as in a thankful note, I just encourage everybody to do, like a handful of things, like take your family serious at all times, because especially if they take you seriously. And what that means is you got to go get help, man. You got to heal. You got to take your mental seriously. You got to take your physical health seriously, because, like, you know, dying young by preventable things is like a miss. Like, we overlook how foolish that is, yo. You know, and I just want to encourage everybody to stay positive and love, man. Like, you never know how hard it is for the next man, bro. And or just how far you could get by being open and honest with people. Like, not saying everybody, because not everybody can handle it or deserves it and things of that nature. I'm speaking balance, but I ain't about to keep preaching yet. So just like make sure to love your family, keep your affairs in order, and, take life seriously, man. Be positive and live, man.
I think my producers got that. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to tie the link to the actually podcast when it links, so that they can follow you on Instagram and social media, man. We're going to do that right here for you, man. And no, appreciate you on that final remark. I do think people need to go out there and get their mental check, because what's going on is it's a lot of things that's going on in this world today, man. And I think a lot of people do need to get their mental check.
It's coping, man. A lot of us just running around, hurt, trying to make it through.
Right. And Les Brown once said, for viewers at home, your thoughts can become your actions. Your actions can become your behavior. Your behavior can become your character, and your character can become your emotions. So let's not get in a place where we thinking the way we feeling, the way we acting, the way others think of us, and the way others think of us is how we reacting. And then we may sooner or later become emotional and unbalanced behind the whole situation.
Yes, yo, that's all it is a loopy-loop. It's a spiral, yo, because at that point, you'll be justifying your own foolishness, yo.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you coming here on the show, man. I am Shad. We are Y. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I am Shad. We are Y. Here with my man Signature. Thank you. And thank you, friends and family at home, man, for tuning in and supporting We Are Y. We always like you, and we promise to give you that raw, clear content. All right?
Sure.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Let's take us out. All right, we out.